Hello everyone, what is up? This is going to be my state of the WWE, kind of how I feel about them, where they are right now. And before I get started, I kind of want to mention this because this is going to be a theme you're going to see through really all my videos, especially this one and then the next two that are coming, the State of TNA and State of Ring of Honor. Wrestling as a whole is down. It's no secret that mixed martial arts has taken a lot of the market share away from pro wrestling. Especially with the economy the way it is, people are not going to, buy a MMA pay-per-view for $50 or $40 or whatever it is and then turn around and buy a wrestling one 2 weeks later, or vice versa. So you're not just competing with the other wrestling companies. You're competing with a different industry. Which I feel like a lot of people really don't remember that, and they look at the WWE's buy rates and say, oh, well, it's not the same as it was in 80 or 98, whatever. The industry is down as a whole. The industry as a whole is down. The industries are down as a whole. Sweet. I could talk. And that being said, the pay-per-view rates, ratings, buy rates are down. I think I read somewhere that WWE has to do, that 75,000 is the number. If WWE sells 75, on average, of course every pay-per-view is a little different, they break even. Just with renting out an arena, seats, paying the wrestlers, whatever contracts, whatever. Of course, that varies by the size of the arena and things like that. And as far as I know, I don't think WWE's done anything even close to that low. I think that every pay-per-view they've done over the last 2 years have been twice that number. So they are making a profit on the pay-per-views. If that statistic is correct. I read that somewhere, and obviously there's no way to check it or, know if that's correct or not. But, the pay-per-views, I'll be honest, every now and then I want to order a pay-per-view. I won't. Just because when it comes to WWE, I've been bitten so many times before where I've purchased a pay-per-view and it turned out to be, one match that I wanted to see or that was worth paying for. And now I've paid $40 for one match. And the other thing with the pay-per-views for me is that I can either pay $40 and watch this once or wait for the DVD to come out and pay $25 and have it forever. Then it's not relevant or then it's not topical, it's, whatever. But, that could be said for anything, even MMA. But then, that being said, MMA does a good job of making you feel like, if you don't see this pay-per-view this Saturday night, don't even bother showing up to work on Monday. That used to be the same thing with wrestling, with especially WWE, where it was like, if you're not going to see the pay-per-view on Sunday night, don't even show up for school. Don't even bother. Because you're not going to know what anybody's talking about. And that was it was kind of important to see a pay-per-view. And now it's kind of like, oh, there's a pay-per-view this Sunday. Or, more often than not, is there a pay-per-view this Sunday? I don't know, or care. So that's kind of how I feel about the pay-per-views. Hated WrestleMania. Did not like it. The Undertaker Triple H match was good, but other than that, everything was pretty lackluster. Edge and Del Rio should not have gone up first. That's really all I'll say about that. Raw, I do watch, and I do enjoy for the most part. Other than the fact that it seems like quite a bit I'm more making fun of it or laughing at it, or more so that than really watching it and enjoying it. I like Michael Cole. I think that he really, other than, maybe Santino about 2 years ago, where he was really the one guy on the show who was really worth tuning in for and really doing, was really kind of different. And Cole, even though he's just kind of like a heel commentator, which of course has been done a million times, he's great. He's superb. The one thing I wish WWE would do, if they want to make some money, pull him off commentary and either put him with a wrestler or make him general manager, do something. Because he is hot. I mean, he's a heat-getting son of a bitch. Him and Vicky, both of them were great. I wish they would make more baby faces, kind of, on Raw. I mean, it's really like Orton, Cena, really. And even then, for the last about 2 months, Cena's, been going against The Rock. And it's like he looks more, not really looks like a heel, but more people are cheering for The Rock than him. So it's really only been like 1 or 2 baby faces in the main event. I wish they would, the draft is tomorrow. So maybe we'll see some guys come over. Not that SmackDown really has a lot of baby faces. So I guess we'll see what happens. Which brings me to SmackDown, which I'll be painfully honest. I don't watch. I do catch it now and then. But for the most part, you give something a Friday night time slot, what do you expect people to do? You put it on Friday night at 7 o'clock. I'm at the bar at Friday night at 7 o'clock. I'm getting down on Friday, you would say. Rebecca Black would say. Yeah, also me would also say that. There are guys in there that I like, but it's like you give it that time slot, and I guess if I had a DVR, I would DVR it and maybe watch it sometime during the week, but then I see Edge and Del Rio on first at WrestleMania. There are a lot more Raw viewers than SmackDown viewers, other than the fact that Raw is on USA and SmackDown's on Sci-Fi. Not a lot of people get Sci-Fi. Certainly not as many people who get USA. Raw ratings are maybe not up, but certainly higher than SmackDown ratings. So when I buy WrestleMania, your biggest pay-per-view of the year, if I basically only watch Raw, you need to sell me SmackDown. I need to want to tune in every week, and all you give me is Del Rio and Edge jerking the curtain, and then, I'm sure there were other matches, and of course there were, but nothing worth remembering. The only 2 matches on that card that I really personally kind of enjoyed were the Undertaker Triple H match, which wasn't really a SmackDown match, and the CM Punk Orton match, which is a Raw match as well, and everything else was really very forgettable. I think that they need to really sit down and take a look at SmackDown and make it worth watching, because you're throwing 2 hours of programming away. And with buy rates the way they are, if I'm WWE, I want to use everything I have. The hour of NXT, the hour of Superstars, certainly the 2 hours of SmackDown, and then it seems like the only thing that they're pouring any energy into is Raw, which is entertaining at times, I will give it that. But you have 6 hours of programming a week, closer to 10 if you do a pay-per-view, and I feel like the only thing that's worth watching is the 2-hour show, and even then, I really only find about a half hour enjoyable. So, I wish that they would work on SmackDown a little more, work on their pay-per-views a little more. I do like Raw. I know the business is down as a whole because of MMA. It's certainly better than the other competition that's on TV. I'll also give it that. But that'll be highlighted in my next video. And then the ROH one is coming after that. Stay tuned. They're coming. Thanks for watching.